Okay, let's get into it. Today we're doing a deep dive on a really interesting piece of hardware, the AIDA Imaging PTZ4K-NDI-X30B.
Right.
Our goal here is to really figure out what makes this 4K PTZ camera tick and why it's become such a big deal for high-end production.
Well, the hook is right there in the name. It's sort of a triple threat. You're getting NDI-HX, true 4K, and this massive 30x optical zoom.
And that's all built around a 4K Sony CMOS sensor. AIDA is basically saying, look, it's time to stop thinking in full HD.
Exactly. They're pushing for next-gen clarity, even when the lighting isn't perfect.
So let's talk specs. On the streaming side, we're looking at 4K 60p. It handles 2160p, 1080p, 1080i, and even 720p.
And it has NDI5 capability, which is really the heart of its modern workflow appeal.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, NDI is that standard for sending high-quality video over, regular computer network.
And the really convenient part, the NDI-HX codes come pre-installed.
Okay, so it's ready to go right out of the box.
Yep. No friction, no need for a separate input to get it on your network. They also put a ton of thought into the physical movement.
You mean the pan and tilt mechanism?
Yeah, it uses this dual arm support system. It's incredibly well engineered to be stable and, almost completely silent. The marketing calls it deadly.
Deadly in a good way, I hope.
In a kills the competition way, yeah.
And what about that zoom? A 30x optical zoom sounds pretty substantial.
It is. It can capture a clear image from up to 150 feet away,
Wow.
or about 30 meters. So you can see why it's built for large venues or big studio spaces.
But if you're putting a camera that far away, you have to think about logistics. Running power, running data.
And that's where the whole never forget PoE Plus feature comes in.
Power over Ethernet Plus.
Right. One single cable for everything, data, video, and power. It's just so much cleaner than dealing with a separate DC-12V power brick.
That one cable setup is a huge, huge advantage on set.
But let me ask this. When you're pushing it to its limits, say at 4K 60p,
Right.
Does that introduce any trade-offs, especially with the outputs? That is a fantastic question, and it's where you have to read the fine print.
I figured there had to be a catch.
It's a small one, but it's important. The camera has simultaneous outputs, HDMI, NDI-HX, and USB.
Okay.
But when you're running at that peak 4K 60p, you can't use all three at once. You have to choose.
So what are the options?
It's either NDIP and HDMI together, or it's USB and HDMI together. You lose one of those streams when you max out the performance.
That is a critical detail for any production team designing, a really high-speed multi-platform workflow.
Absolutely. Something to plan for.
And what about audio?
It's got a line in, and the audio is synced directly with the NDI-HX stream. So that's all tidy.
Control seems flexible too. I'm seeing VSCA over RS-232, VSCA over IP, NDI.
Yeah, plus the IR remote it comes with, and a full web UI. They've pretty much covered all the bases for integration.
So before we wrap, we have to talk money. The price is listed at $2,285.
Right, but there's a really important piece of context for that number. That price already includes a 15% tariff that AIDA added back in October of 2025.
Oh, I see. So when you're comparing it to other cameras, you have to remember that cost is already baked in.
Exactly. It's not just the base price.
Still, the supplier package seems solid. Free shipping in the US, lifetime tech support, a 2-year warranty.
And it ships with the latest firmware, which is always nice. So what we have here is essentially a powerful silent 4K system built for an IP world. It's all about efficiency with that PoE Plus setup.
Right. So to leave everyone with something to think about, we know the camera restricts its outputs when you push it to 4K 60p.
Yeah.
So the question is that incredible convenience of a one-cable PoE Plus setup worth that specific output limitation when you're designing the most demanding live workflows out there?
That's the trade-off.
And that's the decision you have to make when you're building out your next system.